Good boy, Charlie. Charlie. Yeah.
Oh, well, we made it. Me when I look absolutely knackered and almost said a swear word. We made it to this one, and the hike actually was not too bad, not scary or anything. I mean, it's a huge drop that way. I mean, but this is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Unbelievable views. 360 all the way around. Perfect conditions as well. It was forecast to be a bit windy and we were a little bit worried about that, but it's not. There's no wind whatsoever, so it just worked out really well. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's an absolutely awesome hike, and like Sarah said, it's quite easy really. It's quite a steep climb, but there's no dangerous drops or anything. You're just gradually sort of climbing up from down at sea level down there, and it's quite cool here because we can actually see to Hosoi over in that direction, and then also to where we spent last night over in that direction. So you're sort of kind of looking out and looking back to the sort of mainland, so you get this epic view of all the mountains as far as you can see. And they're no ordinary mountains, are they?
No, this will definitely be a highlight of the trip for me, for sure. What a view.
Yeah, we decided not to bring Dizzee because last time there was loads of flies, and because it's impossible to get the drone out when Dizzee's around, as you know if you've been following our channel.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to get it out now. I've just had a little accident with it. Nearly chopped my finger off. It's finally stopped bleeding. Don't try and land it on dodgy sloping rocks and catch it. So Sarah may take it up. If she does, it will go up now.
If I don't, that means I'm too scared, because last time I took it up, I crashed it. Piece of land here that we're stood on could all of a sudden collapse and we'd be gone forever, but at least we'd be together.
Well, actually, there's the crack there. I would probably just grab Charlie and jump over here. So I should just make it, guys. So that video will get edited. cuts from the drone incidents. Stupidly tried to land on a rock that wasn't quite flat, fell off. It was upside down, tried to grab it, and then it rolled onto my fingers. So I've got 3 nasty little cuts, and it did bleed a hell of a lot, but all good. The drone's alright, a couple of broken blades, propeller blades, but we've got 4 replacements, so we've attached those, and Sarah did take it out, and it's all good.
Yes, we should actually make a video how to not fly a DJI Spark drone, because we've crashed it loads. Just recently, well, I've crashed it twice, because when I took it out afterwards, hopefully the footage will have a little bit of footage, but then I smashed into the bushes when landing it.
Well, she was landing it. It was a little rock. I was like, go on, just move slightly forward, slightly back, slightly, because there was hardly any flat places to land, which was the issue. Just about to land it. Oh, I'm not sure which is down, and presses back and crashes into a bush. Yeah, it's a bit funny here though, because since we've been flying it in Norway, there has been like a compass error. I haven't googled it to find out what that is yet, but it's up in the sky, red compass error, and then you lose GPS.
So a bit of a disaster with the old drone, but it was a brilliant hike. I mean, the views up there are amazing. We were just saying on the way back down that we're probably going to run up there and do that again before we leave this area, because it is only about an hour. Yeah, about an hour to get up there. You sort of move a bit quickly and just, you know, quite easy. I think now it's time for a hot cup of tea, some hot food, and chill out. And we're going to get the heater on. It's quite cold up here in northern Norway.
Morning guys. So yeah, yesterday we were up that mountain up there. This is basically the car park for a number of different walks. A couple of these hikes to Hesten and Senja are some of the most popular hikes on Senja, partly because they just give absolutely awesome views, and they're fairly easy. Well, they're strenuous, it's hard work getting up there, but there's no like steep drops to your death. This morning we're just getting on with some van stuff, making the most of the sun again, and just, yeah, sorting out the van. What are you doing, babe?
I'm doing laundry, because up here on these northern islands there probably isn't a laundrette, and basically just trying to keep on top of it so we don't have a huge bag. All of our underwear, or quite a lot of underwear, PJs, and just need to rinse all that now. This is like the all-rounder bucket, emergency bucket, but then it's also used for all sorts, washing ourselves and doing laundry and whatever. So if you go away in a van, don't forget to have a bucket. This is actually a really good size one because it fits underneath. Anyway, you may be wondering why the fridge is away and everything else from this area. Last night we had the heater on, all good, van was nice and toasty, great. And then we smelt like a funny smell, like a kind of burning plasticky smell. Obviously we made sure it was all shut off quickly, and it did stink for quite a while from the duct. So we've taken it off this morning, taken this section off and lifted it up. We can't see any damage, everything looks completely fine. But we've moved everything out and we're going to switch it on and crank it up again this morning and make sure it's working okay, because we really need this up here because it is quite cold. That's what we're doing, and we really want to get another hike under our belts today, but you know, we have to get on with jobs in the van. Certain things you can't leave, you need to get things sorted before you can sort of get on with your day.
Everything takes longer in van life, like laundry and breakfast, and in a small van you can't just get something out, you have to move everything else out to get that thing out. But all good. But yesterday was quite good, because when we were leaving our last location we did have a couple of videos to upload, and we are struggling with our data now. We have limited amount of data on my contract, and our videos take, you know, a few gig to upload. But we did find a random little stop. We were just driving through the town and just trying out the Wi-Fi, seeing if we could get anything, and then just, I don't know what we found, but it was open and we managed to upload a couple of videos, so that was the result.
A drive-by in a tiny little fishing village. It was just something guessed, so it was for some business or something, and so we just pulled off the road and just sort of, I know it's a little bit cheeky, But I mean, it was an open network, and we managed to do a couple of videos. And if we didn't get that, we would really be struggling.
We basically wouldn't be able to put all the videos out we need to.
Yeah, because now we're kind of both of our contracts. We have to sort of wait for mine, if this makes sense. And then Nick's got his contract, and I can't use my internet again until next month. And we're
basically
only limited.
you have 4 months outside, 4 months you can use on roaming, and then they check it. And if you've used that all on roaming and not in your home country, then you have to basically suspend or you can't use it.
Yeah.
So I'm on my 4th month, so I've got the rest of this month. Sarah's used 3.
So I'm having a month off, if that makes sense, and then I'll start mine again next month just to carry us through until we get back down to Spain.
Obviously you can go to libraries we've found recently, or some petrol stations, or McDonald's is a bit of a no-go.
Yeah, but when you're on an island like this,
exactly,
it's
that's
very,
what I was
very
gonna say.
remote. So we were so shocked that we found internet, really.
Well, I know we talk about the dogs a lot, but they are, you know, the most important things in our lives, and they're so cute. But it's so funny how they're just completely different. Well, we didn't take Dizzee on the hike yesterday because of the flies and whatever reason.
And it gets cold. But
it's really cold.
Dizzee hasn't even been out of bed. Well, he did. He jumped out of bed, which is his bed's at the back. He ate his dinner and then he went back to bed. He hasn't even been outside for a wee walk because he gets cold and it's nice and warm where he is.
He's got the best bed in the house. Basically, all the bedding's there, and then he has a blanket over the top, 2 other blankets, and all the cushions. And it's quite a high vantage point, so he can bark at people out the back window.
And it's really good for us because he's out the way, because obviously, you know, a hive of activity again today in the van. Everything's out, we're trying to sort things out and get the laundry done. So Dizzee's over the back there, he just stays out of our way. And the other good thing is that Charlie's the opposite to Dizzee, and as soon as the door opens in the morning, he wants to be outside. So he's out the way and he can be trusted, and he's absolutely exhausted. So he's just, well, he's just snoozing. You can have a look now.
He's just so funny. So far today, he's just been sat in the middle of the car park, keeping an eye on everything, or lying down. Then he likes just staring into the bushes. So he's just sat in the thick of the long grass, staring into the bushes. No ticks, don't worry, guys. And now he's just asleep in the grass. So cute. But yeah, he would just be outside the whole time if he could. Proper outdoors dog.
Yeah, so just giving it a test now, with all the door and everything open and ready to throw a fire blanket over if it suddenly bursts into flames.
By a fire blanket, she means a wet pair of knickers. As we don't have a fire blanket with us at the moment.
Yeah, we have got a fire extinguisher, but I probably will go for the knickers if it does catch on fire. Yeah, so it appears we do have some sort of problem. I didn't grab the camera then because I panicked, but basically there's a problem and we're going to have to take the heater out and just have a look. I don't know whether, but there was smoke coming from the exhaust. I don't know whether it was just leaking from the exhaust. So that needs tightening up. I have to just take it all apart and have a look at it. But it's a bit of a pain because it's quite cold now, isn't it, up here? Yeah, so after inspecting this machine, like there's nothing, you can't see anything wrong with this, and you can see that there's no melted plastic, there's nothing wrong, and everything else is contained inside here. What we're going to do is we're going to just put it all back and then make sure, could be that the exhaust that fits onto the end of there could have somehow got a little bit loose, and then the fumes maybe seeping out of there. So we're going to make sure everything is completely tight, fire it up again, keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Moment of truth. Yeah, so the diesel heater is not working, or it's working, it's firing up, you can hear it, it sounds normal and everything's working, but there's loads and loads of white smoke, mainly coming from the exhaust.
Like more than we've ever seen. Like sometimes when you blast it on full, it smokes a bit, but this is just ridiculous. And it's a bit blustery here, not crazy winds, but it's changing direction, it's blown under the van a bit. but it's also smoking from
the bottom of the machine, which is not good because obviously you can't have those fumes come into the van.
We're up in the Arctic Circle and the heater decides to stop working. It's only going to get colder. We're leaving the summer, it's coming into autumn and then winter.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we brought these onesies with us and all these, you know, hats and everything else.
Scarves, gloves.
Hot water bottles, and we haven't used them because we've just had the heater on. So at least now we'll use these.
Oh, you look cosy.
Yeah,
What's going on in here?
Dizzy's cold, so he's jumped in as well. You know what? We kind of thought, do we need the onesies? And then, like, getting into the trip, we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have bought them. You know, they're bulky. We don't need them because we put the heater on, and you know, we're just not going to use them. Thank goodness we bought them. I tell you what, because without this, sorry. Without these onesies now, I just wouldn't be enjoying myself at all. Like, you put a onesie on, get cozy, and it's still okay. You see, this is probably not actually that cold, but for Nick and I and Dizzee, we're just not used to these sort of climates, you know. So without the heater, it's blinking freezing. But yeah, hats, double hat actually. Charlie's all right. Double hat, scarf, onesie, jammies underneath, and it's actually all right. Lots of hot drinks, some soup, and we're okay. But we really need to get that heater working in the next few days because it ain't getting any warmer.
Definitely need to get that heater working, and some vodka off the black market will do the trick as well. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that like button below.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please do, and keep the comments coming because we absolutely love to hear from you.
And we'll see you in the next video.